President Donald Trump spoke about his meeting with Queen Elizabeth II while he traveled on Air Force One. The president gave the meeting a glowing review, and one subject he did elaborate on rocked the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. In fact, the Queen gave Trump the go-ahead to send a clear warning to Meghan about her sick political antics, and now we have proof she is terrified her days may be numbered. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, landed in hot water just prior to the big meeting between President Trump and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Despite Meghan's disgraceful antics, the 92-year-old monarch was in rare form on Friday, July 13, as she warmly rolled out the red carpet greeting the U.S. President with much pomp and circumstance at Windsor Castle. As we previously reported, Meghan, who is the only American in the royal family, was glaringly absent for the big meeting with Trump after the Queen nixed her for reasons that caused Buckingham Palace much grief. Meghan was tasked with visiting the heavily Catholic Ireland just 48 hours before the Trump visit. Ireland, with 78% of the population Roman Catholic, is under fire from the rabid leftists who just succeeded in making abortion the law of the land, and Meghan Markle was delighted Ireland has made killing babies in the womb legal. How do we know? In her official role as the Duchess of Sussex, she posed for pics with the leading pro-abortion Irish politician Senator Catherine Noonan, who tweeted out the pic with this caption: "A pleasure to meet Prince Harry and the Duchess of Sussex at the British Ambassador's residence this evening. The Duchess and I had a chat about the recent referendum result, pro-abort legislation. She watched with interest and was pleased to see the result." The Queen was mortified. As a devout Christian and head of the Anglican Church, Her Majesty immediately instructed Buckingham Palace officials to inform Meghan how disgusted and disgraced she was and to ensure the tweet was quickly deleted. The tweet was deleted, but not before it caused an uproar in the press. Either Meghan Markle is extremely stupid, or she is pulling these stunts on purpose. Most people believe the latter. The new Duchess of Sussex thinks she is some trailblazer in the royal family, but she is finding out the hard way that the Queen isn't going to allow the D-list Hollywood tart to destroy the 1,000-year monarchy. In fact, the sly Queen sent Meghan a warning when she met with President Trump. The president was asked about his visit with Her Majesty, and he had a glowing review. It was what Trump said toward the end of his comments that shocked expert royal watchers and terrified Meghan. British journalist Piers Morgan spoke to Trump right after his meeting on Air Force One. "Well, first of all, I was thinking about my mother," he told Morgan when asked what was running through his mind when he was walking up to her. "My mother passed away a while ago and she was a tremendous fan of the Queen. She thought she was a woman of elegance, and my mother felt she was a great woman. I remember even as a little guy, if there was any kind of a ceremony to do with the Queen, my mother would be watching the television. She wanted to see it," said the U.S. President. Trump continued, "I was walking up and I was saying, to First Lady Melania Trump, can you imagine my mother seeing this scene? Windsor Castle, apostrophe, and it was beautiful, it was really beautiful, but the Queen is terrific. She is so sharp, so wise, so beautiful. Up close, you see she's so beautiful. She's a very special person. And the way she's conducted herself for so many years, and she's got a lot of years left," said Trump, who then revealed the Queen spoke about politics, something she never does publicly. Breitbart reports, the president told Morgan the pair had discussed Brexit, but when pressed on the Queen's views, she is reportedly not a fan of the European Union, upbraiding EU loyalist and former Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg on the subject. He was respectful, saying, "Well, I can't talk specifically what she said. You know, I've heard very strongly from a lot of people. She's pro-Brexit." Trump is also strongly pro-Brexit, and for the president to happily mention they had discussed Brexit, there is no doubt the British monarch gave him the go-ahead to allude to her views. She was trashing Meghan Markle's Brexitating opinions. It is the one issue involving the UK. Markle strongly came out against on her now defunct Instagram account. Just hours after the Trump meeting at Windsor Castle, Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, told reporters she is terrified, and she should be. The Queen has sent a message through Trump: her sick political antics will not be tolerated. The Queen's rebuke really stings Markle, who called Trump a misogynist. Thomas Markle is well aware his daughter is in hot water, saying, "My thing about my daughter right now is that I think she is terrified. I see it in her eyes, I see it in her face, and I see it in her smile," the 73-year-old told The Sun on Sunday, July 15. "I've seen her smile for years. I know her smile. I don't like the one I'm seeing now. This one isn't even a stage smile. This is a pained smile." Thomas said he believes that Meghan's being muzzled and not speaking her mind on politics might be too big of an adjustment for her. "It really worries me," he admitted. "I think she's under too much pressure. There's a high price to pay to be married to that family. Meghan is no spring chicken. She's not the shy 19-year-old Diana Spencer who was just a girl when she married into the royal family. Markle is almost 37 years old and is a divorcee. She knew the rules when she married Prince Harry, and yet she continues to pull political stunts. Prince Harry is caught in the middle of his beloved grandmother, the Queen, and his scheming new wife, Meghan Markle. The crown must always win, are words Queen Mary told her young granddaughter Elizabeth, right before her coronation in 1952. Those sage words describe the duty the Queen must have even at the expense of her personal life and personal beliefs. The Duchess of Sussex is purely self-serving and doesn't get that her role is to serve the crown and the British people. Markle's days are numbered. She has no intention of serving the crown. She's serving the radical leftist agenda. This time she's pushed the woman who wears that crown, Queen Elizabeth II, too far.